Once upon a time in the village of Hoshin, a young man named Kenji felt the weight of the world pressing down on him. Each day, he woke up weary, his energy worn down by the ceaseless demands of his work and the toxic behavior of those around him. One morning, as Kenji dragged himself to the market, he stumbled upon a traveling monk who radiated a serene, unshakable calm. "Why do you look so troubled, young man?" the monk asked, his eyes twinkling with a deep sense of wisdom. Kenji sighed. "I feel drained, like my very essence is being pulled from me by the people and chaos around me." The monk nodded, understanding Kenji's plight. "Come with me," he said, leading Kenji to a quiet, secluded grove on the edge of the village. As they settled beneath an ancient cherry blossom tree, the monk began with a story. There was once a man who sought enlightenment. He approached a wise master and asked, "How can I achieve peace when I am surrounded by chaos?" The master handed him a cup of tea and began pouring. The cup filled quickly, yet the master continued pouring, causing the tea to overflow and spill onto the ground. "Stop, the cup is full," the man exclaimed. "Exactly," replied the master. "Like this cup, you are full of worries and fears. Until you empty yourself, how can you receive wisdom and peace?" Kenji listened intently, feeling a spark of realization. The monk continued, "Imagine yourself as a vessel, constantly receiving and emitting energy. Everything you interact with leaves an imprint on your being. Protecting your energy is not just a choice, but a necessity." Kenji nodded, thinking about his daily life. He remembered his encounters with Taro, a local merchant known for his negative demeanor. Taro often complained about life, spreading his bitterness to anyone within earshot. Whenever Kenji interacted with Taro, he felt a heavy burden, his energy drained and his mood soured. "Thoughts carry energy," the monk explained. "Negative energies from toxic people can infiltrate your aura, draining you of your vitality. This is why it is crucial to be mindful of your interactions and surroundings." Kenji recalled the bustling marketplace, filled with people arguing over prices, the clamor of merchants shouting, and the pervasive sense of anxiety. Each visit left him feeling exhausted, as if the chaos had seeped into his very bones. He realized he had been absorbing the negative vibrations around him without knowing how to protect himself. The monk's eyes softened with empathy. Low vibrations can impact your physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Chronic exposure to negativity can manifest as physical tension, fatigue, and even illness. Mentally, it clouds your judgment and fuels negative thought patterns. Spiritually, it creates barriers to growth and enlightenment. Kenji's mind raced with these revelations. He remembered days when he felt emotionally exhausted, unable to concentrate or find joy in activities he once loved. The weight of others' negativity had become his own, pulling him into a spiral of doubt and despair. "Recognizing energy drains is the first step to reclaiming your power," the monk said. "Your energy field, or aura, is sensitive to the vibrations around you. Learning to protect and cleanse it is essential for maintaining balance and vitality." The monk placed a reassuring hand on Kenji's shoulder. "Remember, the power to protect your energy and raise your vibrations lies within you. Let us begin." A week had passed since Kenji's first encounter with the monk. Life in Hoshin continued its frantic pace, yet Kenji felt a subtle shift within himself. He began to notice the energy around him more acutely, sensing the ebb and flow of vibrations in the marketplace, at home, and even within himself. Despite his newfound awareness, he still felt overwhelmed, particularly when he encountered strong emotions from others. One evening, after an exhausting day, Kenji found himself drawn back to the grove where he first met the monk. To his surprise, the monk was there, sitting serenely under the cherry blossom tree, as if he had been waiting. "Welcome back, Kenji," the monk greeted him warmly. "I see you are beginning to sense the energies more clearly now." Kenji nodded. "But it's overwhelming. I feel like I'm drowning in everyone else's emotions and energies. It's like their pain and stress are becoming my own." The monk smiled gently. "What you describe is the experience of an empath. An empath absorbs the emotions and energies of others, often confusing them with their own. It is both a gift and a challenge." Kenji's eyes widened. "A gift? It feels more like a curse, sir." The monk chuckled softly. It can feel that way, but with understanding and practice, it can become a powerful tool. Empaths have a unique ability to deeply connect with others, but they must learn to protect their energy to avoid being overwhelmed. The monk motioned for Kenji to sit beside him. Let me tell you another story. There was once a young girl named May who had a heart so open and compassionate that she could feel the suffering of every creature around her. She became so overwhelmed by their pain that she could hardly bear to leave her home. One day, she met a wise old woman who told her, "May, your heart is a lantern, but you must learn to shield its flame, or the winds of the world will extinguish it." Kenji listened, understanding May's plight as his own. How did she learn to shield her flame? The monk nodded, pleased with Kenji's eagerness. First, she learned the importance of grounding herself. Just as we did before, she visualized roots growing from her feet into the earth, anchoring her firmly. This helped her stay connected to her own energy, separate from the chaos around her. The monk continued. Next, May practiced creating an energy shield. She would close her eyes and visualize a bubble of light surrounding her, protecting her from negative energies. This bubble acted like a mirror, reflecting harmful vibrations away while allowing positive energy to flow through. Kenji closed his eyes, following the monk's guidance. He imagined a radiant bubble of light enveloping him, its warmth and protection calming his anxious mind. He could feel the chaotic energy of the day gently bouncing off this shield, unable to penetrate his newfound sanctuary. The monk observed Kenji's progress and continued. May also learned to set boundaries. She realized that her well-being depended on her ability to say no and to prioritize her needs. This was not selfishness, but self-care, ensuring that her lantern remained bright and strong. Kenji opened his eyes, a new determination shining in them. I understand now. I need to protect my energy and set boundaries to maintain my well-being. The monk smiled. Exactly, Kenji. And remember, this journey is ongoing. You will need to practice these techniques daily, especially in a world filled with distractions and demands. Kenji realized that being an empath was indeed a gift, but it required careful nurturing and protection. As he walked back to the village, he practiced visualizing his energy shield, grounding himself with each step. Over the next few days, Kenji began to notice significant changes. He felt more in control of his emotions, less affected by the negativity around him. He set clear boundaries with those who drained his energy, and to his surprise, they respected his newfound assertiveness. One morning, as Kenji passed by the market, he encountered Taro, the negative merchant. Instead of feeling drained, Kenji felt a sense of calm. He visualized his energy shield and greeted Taro with a smile, unaffected by the usual barrage of complaints. To his astonishment, Taro's demeanor softened, as if sensing the change in Kenji. Weeks had turned into months, and Kenji's practice of grounding and protecting his energy was becoming more natural. Yet he still felt a heaviness that he couldn't quite shake. One evening, while reflecting under the ancient cherry blossom tree, he found the monk once again waiting for him. "Master, I feel more grounded, but there are days when I still feel overwhelmed," Kenji confessed. The monk nodded. "Your journey is ongoing, Kenji. Grounding is essential, but you must also cleanse your energy regularly. Let me share another story with you." The monk began. In a village long ago, there was a great bell known for its pure, resonant tone. Over the years, however, the bell's sound became dull and muffled. The villagers tried cleaning the outside, but the tone remained muted. One day, a wise elder suggested they remove the bell from its tower and inspect it thoroughly. Inside, they found layers of dust and debris. After a meticulous cleaning from within, the bell's pure tone returned, resonating across the valley. Kenji pondered the story, realizing that like the bell, his energy needed cleansing from within. "How do I cleanse my energy, Master?" The monk smiled. "There are several practices you can incorporate into your life. One is to use sage or other cleansing herbs. By burning these and allowing the smoke to waft around your body and home, you can clear stagnant or negative energy. This is known as smudging." Kenji listened intently. "What else can I do?" Another powerful method is visualization. Close your eyes and imagine a radiant white light surrounding you. This light purifies your aura. removing any negative energies clinging to you. As you inhale, visualize this light filling your body, and as you exhale, see it pushing out all negativity. Kenji closed his eyes and followed the monk's instructions. He imagined the cleansing light enveloping him, feeling the weight lift from his shoulders with each breath. The monk continued, "You can also use crystals such as clear quartz or amethyst. These stones have natural cleansing properties. Carry them with you, or place them in your home to maintain a clear and balanced energy field." Kenji nodded, feeling more empowered with these new techniques. "But Master, what about the people who drain my energy? How do I handle them?" The monk's eyes softened. Relationships. Just as there are those who uplift you, there are also those who drain you. It's important to foster relationships that support and energize you. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and limit your interactions with those who leave you feeling drained. Kenji reflected on his interactions with Taro, realizing that while he couldn't avoid him entirely, he could minimize their encounters and focus on spending time with supportive friends and family. The monk then introduced a new concept. You must also learn to scan your energy. Sit quietly and close your eyes. Imagine a warm light moving from the top of your head down to your feet, scanning each part of your body. Notice any areas of tension or discomfort and use your breath to release the negative energy from those areas. Kenji practiced the energy scan, feeling a sense of relief as he identified and released pockets of tension. He felt more connected to his own energy, more aware of the subtle shifts within himself. Just then a villager approached them, her face etched with worry. "Master, I've been feeling anxious and restless. Can you help me?" The monk smiled gently. "Of course, sit with us and let's begin with a simple cleansing practice." As they guided the villager through the visualization of white light, Kenji realized the power of these practices not just for himself, but for others as well. He saw the villager's face relax, her breath steadying, and felt a deep sense of fulfillment. "Remember, Kenji," the monk said, turning to him, "cleansing your energy and setting boundaries are ongoing practices. They are essential for maintaining your well-being and for transforming your empathy into a powerful gift." Kenji's journey had brought him a sense of peace and strength he had never known before. He felt more in control of his energy and had learned to protect himself from the chaos around him. However, the true test of his newfound skills came one stormy night when the village was struck by a sudden crisis. A fierce storm had swept through Hoshin, causing destruction and panic. The villagers were in panic, their fear and anxiety palpable. Kenji felt their collective distress washing over him like a tidal wave, threatening to pull him under. He realized that despite all his progress, he was still vulnerable to the overwhelming energy of others in moments of crisis. Desperate to find solace, Kenji sought out the monk in the grove. He found the monk meditating calmly, despite the chaos surrounding them. "Master, I feel overwhelmed. The fear and anxiety of the villagers are too much to bear." The monk opened his eyes and nodded. "This is the true test of your journey, Kenji, to remain centered and grounded even amidst the storm." The monk began to share a final story. There was once a bamboo grove at the foot of a great mountain. During a fierce storm, the rigid trees around the bamboo grove broke and fell, but the bamboo, which was flexible and hollow, bent with the wind and survived. The storm passed, and the bamboo stood tall again, having allowed the wind to flow through it. Kenji understood the message. He needed to find a way to let the turbulent emotions flow through him without holding on to them. "How do I do this, Master?" he asked. The monk's eyes shone with wisdom. "You must integrate all you have learned. Ground yourself deeply, shield your energy, and cleanse yourself regularly. But most importantly, embrace your breath. Your breath is the anchor that connects your body, mind, and spirit. And like the bamboo, let emotions and energies flow through you. Do not hold on to them." Kenji sat down, closed his eyes, and began to breathe deeply. He visualized his roots extending into the earth, grounding him. He imagined a radiant shield of light surrounding him, protecting him. He focused on his breath, letting it flow in and out, steady and calm. He felt the emotions of the villagers pass through him like the wind through the bamboo, not lingering, not clinging. As he breathed, he felt the panic and fear of the villagers lessening in his mind. He was aware of it, but it no longer overwhelmed him. He became a calm center in the storm, a source of peace and stability. The monk spoke softly. "Remember, Kenji, your empathy is a gift. It allows you to connect deeply with others, to offer compassion and support. But you must first take care of your own energy. Only then can you truly help those around you. And always remember to let emotions flow through you, not stay within you." Kenji opened his eyes, feeling a profound sense of clarity and empowerment. He understood now that his journey was about balance, about maintaining his inner peace while navigating the world's chaos. As the storm subsided, Kenji returned to the village, a calm presence amidst the recovery efforts. He helped the villagers rebuild, offering support and compassion without losing himself in their distress. They sensed his calm and drew strength from it, and together they restored their home. In the days that followed, Kenji continued to practice his lessons, deepening his understanding of energy protection and self-care. He nurtured positive relationships, set clear boundaries, and cleansed his energy regularly. He became a beacon of calm and strength, guiding others with the wisdom he had gained. The journey of the chakras had transformed him, not just as an empath, but as a person. Kenji had learned to embrace his sensitivity as a gift, to protect his energy, and to navigate life with grace and resilience. As the village of Hoshin thrived once more, Kenji felt a deep sense of gratitude for the monk's guidance and the lessons he had learned. His journey was far from over, but he was ready to face whatever came next with an open heart and a calm spirit. "Thank you for joining me on this journey," Kenji said to his friends and fellow villagers. "Remember to protect your energy, embrace your empathy, and always find your calm center." If you want to learn more about these practices and continue this journey with me, subscribe and stay connected. Together, we can navigate the storms of life and find our inner peace. With a grateful heart and a steady spirit, Kenji looked towards the horizon, ready for the next chapter of his life, knowing that the wisdom he had gained would guide him through whatever challenges lay ahead.